Namaste everyone. Today I would like to talk about astrocartography. Now, for those of you who do not know what astrocartography is, basically when we are born, okay, so we're all born in a point on Earth, and that point on Earth creates this web of energy that blankets the Earth, okay? So, we have ley lines all around this planet Earth. They're the electromagnetic field of this planet Earth. And certain areas or regions of the planet have more energy. They're more magnetic because on these particular regions, they're on top of what is called a ley line. Okay? So, in the ancient world, okay, before our chronology that we have in our history textbooks, we had a lot of Stonehenge structures or metallithic structures all around this planet, okay? And we are now discovering the technology of these metallithic structures. So basically, they were to amplify the current. It's kind of like an underground current of energy, that's ley lines. Underground currents of energy, and these metallithic stones, okay, they'd harness the energy, they amplify the energy, very much like Nikola Tesla's tower, okay? So Nikola Tesla designed this tower, very massive, okay, and what it would do is it would harness the energy from the ground, so it had layers deep into the earth, and it would basically branch off very much like a tree. The design was very much like a tree. Okay, so it would harness the energy from the earth, it would amplify it, creating in his design wireless energy. Okay, just kind of electrifying the air, just creating mass energy. That's kind of when we electrify the air, we're creating mass energy, magnetic. Okay, so when we do certain kriyas or meditations and we feel very energetic, we're very magnetic. And magnetism is always associated with synchronicity. So the more magnetic you are, and the more opportunities you have to be at the right place at the right time. Okay? Because everything responds to energy. And the more energy you have, the more opportunities you have. And we all have the same amount of energy. It's just, what are we doing with that energy is the question. Okay? We're all doing something with our energy. Okay? So, with astrocartography, visualize it like a web, a spider web. Okay? A spider web, very much like the ley lines. Okay? A spider web, and when we dropped in, imagine like a raindrop. We dropped into, for example, I was born in Virginia. So that's when my seed of energy dropped in. And that created this expansion, okay? This impact, very much like ripples. When you drop a stone into a still lake, what happens? It creates ripples. It affects the rhythmic current of energy. Okay, we have that effect. We are that powerful in our presence to have we can alter the rhythmic current of the planet's electromagnetic field. And that's basically what astrocartography is. It is an energetic map for ourselves. So we all have a map. Okay? And this map is designed to help us come into the fullness of our being. Okay, so with astrocartography, the web energy, okay, again, web energy, we call it like lines, parallel lines, crossing, all kinds of lines. And these lines are designed to help us amplify certain areas within our being that correspond with the planets in our solar system. Okay, so we have the moon, we have the sun, these kinds of things. So we all have within us, we're on the planet Earth, okay, and we are all in this great rotating orbit, with the planets. It's kind of like a dance we have with the planets. We have that with our physical body because we're part of the earth, okay? We're part of the earth. So we know we're affected by the new moons, we're affected by the full moons. For example, if you're a female, your menstrual cycle it may start during a new moon or full moon, okay? Because that pull, okay, that moon has on us, okay? That's very much what's happening when it comes to our growth and our development. So we are dynamic, and there's so many aspects of ourself that want to come into the fruition of its realized potential, okay? And I'm gonna give you questions that correspond with each planet, okay? And I'm gonna help you discover your own map. Okay, so kind of stick with me. So you would go on astro.com, okay, Google it, okay, and you are going to type in all of your date of birth information. It is important that you know the exact time you're born, okay? So I keep all of my files together because I'm like that. So I have my little birth sheet where it says that exact time. You need to know that, or it's gonna be kind of a little bit off, okay? Just like when you do like a career, if you're not the right angle, if you're just a little bit off, you don't get the same sort of magnetism as you would if you were like directly at the angle, okay? So you would type in your information, your date of birth, the time, and you would create a map. So you click map, you'd find map, and it would show you this great web of, like a spider web, of lines, parallel lines crossing, and just be like lines everywhere. And they may be colored, okay? They would be like blue or red or black, these things to help you distinguish which lines go with which planet, such as the moon may be this color, the Pluto may be that color, different color. So why I'm sharing this with you guys is because you can actually help yourself, okay? So where I was born, I wasn't born on a particular line. So again, this may be kind of for those of you who are like, what is going on? What is this about? So you may be born on a line. For example, you may type up astro.com, do your information, click on map, and you find that, whoa, Virginia, I see a line right going through Virginia, and I see another line crossing through Virginia. There's lines of energies passing through me. It's like angles, okay, passing through you. And you may discover like one line is Pluto, one line is Jupiter, okay? So in that example, you're gonna have Jupiter, okay, if you have the line of Jupiter and Pluto together, that's gonna be emphasized in you. What Pluto and Jupiter basically represents. It's gonna be emphasized in your life. So it's gonna show up in your life. It's basically it's gonna be navigating you through the area of Pluto, through the area of Jupiter. But if we don't really know what is Pluto, what is Jupiter, we're not gonna know what are we navigating to, what is pulling us to learn, what is pulling us to learn, what are we learning, okay? So a lot of us, we're in different areas, and like different areas, we have like a different sort of response to that region, okay? Because we have a different sort of energy that may be amplifying within us. For example, we come from our Pluto line, we may go to Mars line, we move like, let's say, we move from Tennessee to Texas, we have Pluto, and then we go to Mars, and all of a sudden we feel like there's just something else is just, maybe that was less active is now really active, okay? So if you never cross paths with your Mars energy, okay, that line of Mars, that may be not as active in you, okay, unless you have a lot of Mars in your astrology chart, okay? But if you go to your Mars line, it's gonna be active, okay? It's gonna come out of its dormancy because it has something it wants to teach you. That's the importance of the map. Every single line of energy, every single planet has something it wants to teach you. And astrocartography is an ancient tool that helped us to kind of learn what it is quick. Okay, so we're not getting confused and we're just like overwhelmed and we don't know how to manage, we don't know what's going on. It helped us to really understand, oh, I get it. This is the lesson. This is what I'm supposed to learn. This is what's going to help me to grow in that area so that I can be more whole within myself, so I can have more fullness within myself. Because all of us are voyagers. Either we live in the same state our whole life or country, or the same town, the same house our whole life, or not. We're all voyagers. We want to cross through these many regions of ourself because that's how we learn the total self. We need to learn about the Mars energy because we all have that within us. Okay, now I'll tell you what each of these means in a second. Okay, each of the planets. We want to learn about the Pluto energy. Okay, we want to explore that area of ourself. We want to explore the Jupiter area of ourself. We want to explore the Venus area of ourself. Because look at our planet, Earth. Earth is so amazing because it came into balance because of all of these planets. Okay, think of our planet as just incredibly majestic. And the reason it is because it has such support. Okay, it has a teamship, and that teamship is what basically helps the Earth to reach its potential, which is to give life, to give energy to the cosmos, to give creativity, okay, to give exploration, to give evolution to all kinds of species, okay, and that's very much like us. We have these planets rotating around us. I like to imagine, like literally I have planets rotating around my head. It's kind of like I'm a sun and they're rotating around me. We have that because that's what gives us the expression of our total self, the opportunity to experience how dynamic and well-rounded we are and how all of these forces come into us to help us learn how to be many things, okay? So now I went into the astro.com, type in your information, know your birthday, your birth time, click map. Whoa, lines of energy everywhere. What is going on? It looks like a spider web. It looks like ley lines crossing parallel. There's different colors, what it all means. So you can actually look at different areas. Like let's say you're drawn to like St. John or something, or you're drawn to Germany. You can actually look and see, is there lines near that area that maybe is calling to me. Maybe I'm called to Germany because I have my Jupiter line there. And I'll give you an example of Jupiter. Or maybe I'm called to St. John because I have a Pluto line there and I'm feeling the call or the yearning to explore that area within myself because I can learn something from that area of myself that can give me a sense of balance, okay? Or can help us to reach that intention, whatever it is, which will be different for all of us because we all have incarnational cycles that are different and incarnational evolution paths that are different. But that yearning or that call to go to these areas can very much represent that you're drawn to these energies that want to awaken inside of you, such as intuition, that could be Neptune, or the moon, to repair a relationship with the mother. You could be drawn to that area because of these things that want to awaken inside of you, okay? So when you're on your moon line, so getting to kind of like section 2, when you're in your moon line, these are the questions you're going to ask yourself, okay? And this is a journaling, so you have to go into a contemplative state and journal. This is very introspective, okay, meditative. So moon line. Moon is the companion. So moon is The mother energy, it's very nurturing. It's about group involvement, group inclusion. It's about the heart, okay? So that left side of the body. It's about feeling good in yourself, feeling accepted. It's that unconscious mind of you, just really loving yourself and feeling like you are safe in the environment you're in. So, question to ask is, what emotions am I being encouraged to unblock, release? What am I seeking nurture and support in? What is family group harmony? How can I have greater emotional fulfillment? So that is the moon. Okay, and you can go back and listen to it again. So that's if you're on your moon line, which I am right now. So those are the questions that are going to play a role in my life here. Okay, they're going to show up. That part of me is now active. I want to learn and discover that area of my being, the companion. Okay. Now Pluto line is the reconstructor. So Pluto is about very much coming into the alchemist. Okay, the alchemist is a manifester. The alchemist is incredibly wise, authentic. It's intense because it knows how to move and shake realities into higher potentials, like the shaman. It knows how to navigate realities, like brew realities to create what we call that the reality of our choice. Okay, the reality of a higher destiny for ourselves. So it's very evolutionary. It's about evolutionary making. So questions to ask is, what talents make me feel most special? What family, childhood, social patterns do I need to let go of? How can I cultivate wisdom through my experiences? What is radiance and soulfulness? So these questions are going to play a role in your life when you're on your Jupiter or close to that Jupiter line, okay? Now Pluto is the expander. Pluto is about knowledge, is about resources, it's about finding a teacher, being a guru, okay? Going to the guru, obeying the guru, okay? It's about a sense of mastery, a sense of spaciousness, possibility, coming into greater possibility, okay? Belief systems, breaking them down, renewing belief systems, okay? So what do I intend to manifest on the planet? What knowledge, tools, or methods align me to synchronicity? How can I expand my idea of possible and impossible? So that's going to play a role. So you can journal that out in your Jupiter line and see like, okay, like, whoa, yeah, this is what I'm learning, okay? Mars is the fighter. Mars is very much about standing up for yourself. It's about learning about anger and how to manage anger and how anger can do the whole cause and effect game, which we know is kind of like that karmic, what goes around, come around, whatever you put out, you get back. That's kind of like that Mars, okay? It's about being a warrior. It's about standing for something that has substance, that has dignity. It's about really holding yourself grounded, holding yourself strong. It's like rising above, the anger and the impulse and the reactive, that negative mind, okay? So the question are, how do I manage anger? How do I overcome self-belittlement and social belittlement? What is passion? How do I stand up for myself and others? And Mars is a challenging line, okay, for everyone, okay? Because anger is difficult for every human being on this planet, very difficult. Then we have Neptune, the meditator. So Neptune is about that going deep. Mind is very imaginative, it's very dreamy, it's like Vishnu, like sitting back and dreaming up the world. That's Neptune. We're dreaming up the world, we're opening our mind to this labyrinth of just all this interesting, maybe weird stuff that's in the unconscious or dreamy mind, okay? The questions are, what is my meditative or contemplative mind revealing to me? What is imagination? How do I manage sensitivity, heightened intuitive ability? Okay, so that's questions for Neptune in that area. Okay, that unconscious, psychic, intuitive, clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentience realm. Okay, where everything unconscious is amplified. Dreams, amplified. Imagination, amplified. Okay, hidden things about ourselves, amplified. So we have Mercury, the educator. Mercury is all about our communication with ourselves, the unconscious communication with ourselves. It's about our social involvement, how we articulate the mind, okay, how we articulate the negative mind, the positive mind, the neutral mind, how we come into the neutral mind, which is non-judgment, and how we articulate the heart. How do we integrate the mind into the heart and articulate the mind in a very compassionate way? That's kind of like the higher vibration of Mercury, articulating the mind with the heart, very much in tune and very grounded in the heart. Okay? Questions are, what is my inner dialogue? What do social groups reveal about my inner talk with self? How can I articulate my mind in the heart? What am I perceiving about life, religion, ideology, people, etc.? And is this perception bringing me understanding? Non-judgmental understanding, okay? That's the neutrality, the articulation of neutral mind, which is the great mastery for Mercury, okay? Couple more, stay with me. Uranus, the seeker. Okay, Uranus is all about, we are seeking discovery. We want to discover a hidden technology within ourselves, like a yogic science, or whatever kind of science, okay, that inside of ourselves that can better the planet. So it's very much a humanitarian. We want to use that technology to evolve and advance the planet. Okay? What discoveries am I on the hunt for? What am I needing to liberate in the mind for greater vision? How can I stretch beyond my belief systems and innovate new possibilities for humanity? That's the questions that Uranus is going to, it's going to prevail in your life. And that kind of vibration within your being. Venus, the beautiful Venus. We talk about, Venus, Lakshmi, which is about prosperity, it's about beauty, it's about gratitude, it's about this great blessing. We feel blessed, we have blessings to give, we are the giver. We're in balance with the giver and the taker, okay? It's about just feeling radiant, coming into the radiance through integrity. What are blessings? What is beauty and joy? How do I express gratitude? How do I embody elegance, integrity, and prosperity? So that's going to prevail when you're near that Venus. And then finally, Saturn, the stabilizer. Saturn is very much like the Saturn return. It is a mover and shaker in the way it really directs us into a path that we need to be going down, but we don't really are comfortable with it. Okay, so it really challenges our comfort zone so we can get real. So Saturn is like, let's get real. You're doing this thing, this lifestyle, it's not working. You've done that for 10 lifetimes. Let's go in a new direction. It'll be uncomfortable, but here's my tool. If you follow my discipline, if you obey me as Saturn, you will have a new lifestyle, you will have a new direction, and that direction will give you evolution. It will give you kind of what you want. You want to move beyond restraints. You want to be free, okay, in a very consolidated and consistent way. And I will give you consistency, is like what Saturn says. But you have to follow my discipline, follow my lead. So, what is discipline? What do I need to deconstruct for a better lifestyle to emerge? How do I manage my health and well-being? What direction am I moving in? And is it's leading breakthrough or resistance? Okay, so that's Saturn. So I know this is a lot of information, but you can always kind of re-listen several times to kind of like absorb it. I know for me, my brain is like, whoa, this is so much information. But it has done so much to my life, living on my Jupiter, living on my Pluto, now living on my moon line. I'm beginning to see like, yeah, the universe and the earth, this planet, is helping me. It is amplifying, activating things inside of me that can really help me to get, for Pluto to get more authentic, for Jupiter get more, knowledgeable. Say for the moon, have emotional renewal, emotional fulfillment. Okay, there's so many areas to ourselves. So I wanted to give this to help you guys use the best of the area you live in and all the places you've ever traveled to and went to, and really help you to journal out what is the universe trying to basically help you with in your life. Is it emotional fulfillment? The moon? Is it, letting go of childhood patterns? Pluto? Okay, is it dealing with anger and how to heal anger? Mars? Okay, and that's for you to discover. Okay, so